Greetings, everyone, and welcome to PowerTime Practice here on Saturday, October 16th, 2021. Welcome, those of you who are joining for the first time, and those of you who have been waiting with bated breath for our return. So, we've been pretty busy with the free community calls, the chanting calls during Ganesha's birthday, and then also during Mahalaya, and then the 9 nights of the goddess Navaratri, and then we're coming up into Diwali and Skanda Shashti. So this period of time is full of opportunities for people to join free community chanting calls. And that's what we've been doing. So we've been, instead of coming together on Saturday evenings at 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time here in Toronto, Canada, that we have been joining the community chanting calls. So what's going on with everyone? It's so wonderful to see you all here. Please say hello and where you're from. Pop it onto the chat and we'll get this party started. We've got a beautiful altar set up here because there's a beautiful being. In fact, his name means beauty, Muruga. It means the beautiful one, or the one who is the God of wisdom, the God of the third eye, the God who destroys any type of negativity that blocks us from feeling beautiful, feeling energized, feeling lively and youthful and useful. So Muruga's the birth of Muruga consciousness is coming into the earth plane during Skanda Shashti. So Skanda is a name for Lord Muruga, and Shashti means 6. So there are 6 nights that are going to be celebrated, and you're welcome to find out about how to do that. We'll talk a little bit about that as we roll out this program tonight. And it is the time of the year where we can get rid of enemies, diseases, debts, litigation, any kind of lawsuits, any kind of debt that you owe, like a karmic debt. And you know this is totally karmic, a karmic relationship, or karmic finances where you're in so much debt. Maybe it's credit card debt or a big, huge mortgage where you're just everything goes towards the house and you have nothing left over. And then, or it could be debts that you owe people where you haven't been able to pay them back and you really are feeling bad about that and they're haunting you. Could be even knee breakers coming up and calling you and saying, hey, give that money back, and you just don't have it. So Muruga will help you to come out of that consciousness, help you to come out of that debt, that karmic debt. It could be an illness. It could be health of the body, like a physical illness. So maybe cancer runs through your genes and you have the genes. Is it going to get turned on? Or even though you're taking care of yourself and you're living a good life and you're spiritual and everything is honky-dory, and yet you go to the doctors and they say, well, it runs in your family. We are seeing some test results that we've got to go deeper into, more tests. So that can freak you out. So we want to get out of that. We want to erase that consciousness before it manifests. So he gets rid of the karmic debts. He gets rid of enemies or competitors or rivals in your life. And we all know who those are. People who are jealous of us and they're envious. They will even say, I'm jealous of you. I'm envious of you. Oh, why can't I have what you have? And you're just like, oh my gosh, why is that? Or you may be experiencing that and you can't believe it. Oh my gosh, I'm so spiritual. How could I possibly be thinking that way? And yet we do, if we go deep, deep, deep down inside. Now, some people might have spiritual debts where they have been maybe cursed by a guru or a spiritual master in previous lifetimes, and they carry that burden with them. And it doesn't matter how many mantras they chant. It doesn't matter how many meditations or courses that they dive into or spiritual vortexes that they visit over their life, or they go to churches, synagogues, mosques. They go to all the spiritual places to try to find a way out. And there is no solution yet. It doesn't mean that you haven't tried. So Muruga is all about your willpower, your will to make your life better. But then he knows the secrets to unlock your soul's consciousness that, hello, it is God consciousness. So Muruga is the god of the third eye, meaning the god of wisdom. So when all the energy rises from the base of the spine and activates all the chakras, all those psycho spiritual centers on the way up, and then gets to the middle of your brain, the third eye in the subtle body, that corresponds with your physical body. So we have this physical body, we can use it, and we can close our eyes and go inside energetically and not be distracted by whatever is going on all around us. So then we know, okay, I'm grabbing on to some energy, some intelligence that is inside of me, but how do I unlock the secrets? So Muruga, with his veil or whale, so VEL, and I think that we have Radha here who is helping out on the chat. And so she'll pop that, all the spelling of mantras or whatever I'm talking about onto the chat, and also links that are very important for us to get heads up so we don't blink and miss what is going on at Pillai Center, because there's a lot. So everybody comes here to find out how to navigate the week ahead, the month ahead, the celebration ahead. So we have this veil. So this is what it looks like. It's a lance or it's a spear, and it's a sacred object, and all the divine beings have it. Not the veil, but they have their own types of sacred objects that are like kind of like spiritual weapons. So they will diffuse the dark forces of ignorance, of sloth or lethargy or depression. Because what is all that? It's the inability to get up and get going and keep on keeping on. So we get knocked down, but then we get back up. And how do we get back up is we raise our energy. We raise the Kundalini energy. So this veil or whale is this image of Lord Muruga inside of us that unlocks the secrets of our psycho-spiritual centers, our chakras, or these energy wheels inside of us that get all stuck with this congested negative energy. And then we feel like we're in survival anxiety all the time. So what we're going to do today or tonight, depending on where you are in the world, we're going to imagine this veil as our backbone. So the shaft of the veil is the backbone, and then the head of the veil is going to be the brain, and then the tip of the veil is going to pierce the top of the skull. So we're going to interface this right like this, and it's going to light up our third eye. So we're going to imagine the energy coming up the spine, getting into the middle of the brain, and popping open the third eye. And the third eye is like an eye. It has an iris and a pupil. It has all the cornea. So it is that in the subtle body, only it's in a vertical direction. So when we open it, it's going to be opening up like a chalice to grab on to the spiritual energy. So the human is going to be dancing with the divine. All the energy is going to come in. We're going to call on these divine beings, of course, with Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings. We're going to do a special meditation on the veil, activate that inside of us so we actually feel it. And we know, oh my goodness, my psycho-spiritual centers or chakras are aligned. So some of us, when we're trying to focus on the base of the spine or the navel or the heart center or the throat, or we get up into the third eye, our attention is somewhere to the right or to the left or up or down, or we don't even know where we are. We can't feel it. So when we call on Lord Muruga to come in to us and activate this, turn it on, crank it up, make sure that we don't blink and miss it. We want to experience this. So this is our ray of light. This is our psycho-spiritual spear that we can hold on to and bring the energy back into our center. So we're not knocked off of our center. We're not distracted. So we're that eye in the storm of everything that's going on all around us that we're absorbing. So why is it that during the 9 nights of the goddess, which just wrapped up the other day, why is it that we feel like oh my God, I feel like I've not been knocked down and I can't get back up. Well, it is a cosmic event that is going on at this time of the year where the goddess is destroying these dark forces, these ignorant forces. And what is that? Is it actually evil? Maybe. Are they demons? Is it Satan? Is it, a 10-headed monster? So what is the evil force? Well, you look at the word evil and just turn it around. I'm going to leave that up to you to figure that out. And we'll come back to that. Pop quiz. What is evil backwards? So that's what we want to do. We just want to turn it around and then enliven our body, enliven our soul, enliven our consciousness, turn ourselves around so that we can move away from that energy. So whether you believe in it or not, somehow I think you do. Because why else would you stumble across these teachings? Because we've tried everything. We've tried things, we've tried to figure it out, and we just can't. So with the grace and blessings of Dr. Pillai, it's so super easy. And many of us over the years, I've been with Dr. Pillai for 25 years, more or less, and he has always surprised me with these teachings. He takes you deeper into your inner world, your spiritual world, and no one can negate that. So don't be worried if you feel like, oh my God, there's scary things coming up. It could be that anger is manifesting as a really scary monster for you. Or it could be someone who is very angry and you live with them, or they are in your family, or they're in your workplace. You're interfacing with them on a regular basis and you're absorbing all that. And you're trying to be really super nice. And it's like being with, your beauty and there's a beast. Not to say that those people are, but that energy is there. So what do you do with that? You're just like, oh my God, I can't take it. And it is depressing. It really knocks you down. So then you get angry or you get frustrated and it's a vicious cycle. Or you get depressed and you just forget it. I'm never going to have happiness or joy or beautiful relationships. So Lord Muruga is truly an archetype or a divine being who is inside of us, and he wants you to experience wisdom. So wisdom is not knowledge like book knowledge or academic knowledge or a theoretical knowledge or even spiritual knowledge. He like wipes that out. He wants you to be in omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence. In fact, he teaches his dad the meaning of Om, and his dad is like the dude. He is Shiva. He is the head honcho. He's the big kahuna of all the gods in the Hindu tradition or the Indian tradition. And so he forgets the meaning of Om. And he's like, oh my God, who knows the meaning of Om? And Muruga says, I do, Dad. So he becomes the teacher of the Father. So it doesn't matter if you feel like you're just brand new to these teachings or you've been around for a while. We've all got to get to that level of giving up. I know everything, because you may not. So Muruga teaches us to be battling with our own internal demons, if you will. So if you're angry or frustrated or upset or jealous or envious, you're going to attract that in your life. And so we don't even know, or maybe we do, but how do we find a way out? How do we break through that vicious cycle to stop that chicken or egg story? What comes first, right? So it just goes round and round. And then we're blaming, the blame game, OMG, and we become a victim to the circumstance. And yes, we are totally right. This is happening. But Muruga will diffuse that with this veil, which is inside of us. And we also have this sacred object that we can perhaps put water on it every day and imagine washing away the mistakes, the karma, the Maya, the illusion that you can't do anything, that you're separated from God. God's out there. Or how about this one? My God's better than your God. Oh, my guru is better than your guru. Oh, my teaching is better than your teaching. Like, who does that? We all do. So we want to stop that, because that even goes, because if you're omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent, if you're present, You are in the state of God consciousness. You're just alive. You are aligned, and your chakras are all open, and you're ready to receive the knowledge or the wisdom of now. What do I do? So wisdom is not about right or wrong so much. Yes, you have healthy boundaries, but you don't want to swing either way because that's way too much energy. So wisdom will keep you moving in the direction of your goals in life, and you will just be touching your karma lightly. So that's Muruga. He touches karma lightly. You don't have to get dragged down into it. So he gets rid of the karma. He gets rid of the Maya, the illusion that you're separated from God. You are God. You are goddess. You are all that. You are a shiny being. God said, hey, I'm going to make you in my image. What is God's image? Well, it's like tons of people look like here on the earth plane, on other planes as well. We're all dressing up. And what I mean by that is we all have a soul. It's the same, yet we have some expression of it by what we do, what we think, what we say, who we relate to, how we get on in the world, our lessons that we learn, and so on it goes, lifetime after lifetime. So that's how the karma comes back. It's what you think, say, and do once you leave this world. And you say, okay, I did have unfinished business. I got to come back. And then you do come back and you try to do it again. So, and then it just goes round and round. So Muruga says, all right, are you ready to give that up? Because you're really powerful. You can. You don't have to think about it too much. You don't have to study any philosophies or any theories. You're going to be it. So you want to experience wisdom. And so wisdom is going to be what you know. No one else can say, yes, that's it, or that's what it is. You got to experience. So he will help you to get rid of the ego too, that becomes this edging God out or making God to go to the periphery in your life. So you get up, you get going, you're stressed out, you're frustrated. You're like, oh, I got all this energy and I'm going to be going and doing things. And all of a sudden you get knocked on your, you know what, and you just can't get back up. So where does that energy come from? It can come from out of nowhere. So getting back to those evil forces, you don't even know where it's coming from. But you definitely do know. And some people have said, I feel like I'm cursed. This will get rid of curses. So it gets rid of enemies, diseases, debts, anybody has lawsuits or litigations or pending things that are coming up and you're like, oh my God, or credit card debt or mortgage that's just you're never going to get out of it. Or you've got tuition, school fees. Oh my gosh, it took me 9 years to pay off mine. So what is that? It's something that we carry. It's a burden. So the burdens in our life, you look around and you go, oh my God, I wish that this person or I was or she was or he was or it is. And we just wish and wash our life away. So Dr. Pillai says wishy-washy. And what is wishy-washy? It's like, I can't make a decision. Boom. The veil will bring that attentional energy inside of you. You'll be straight up. You'll be connected like a divine Wi-Fi connection. Once you log on, you're not running around with your phone going, oh, where am I going to get a good connection? You know, you're in an airport or somewhere where you've got really bad Wi-Fi. So this is what happens with all of us, is that we get so distracted. We're bopping here and there. We can't make decisions because people say, oh, you know, you're stuck, or that's just the way it is. And too bad, so sad. And you're just like, you know, you don't want to experience that. You don't even want to try anymore, especially during COVID. So we can get totally triggered. How many of us have thought, oh, I'm so spiritual. And then someone says, ma'am, put your mask on. You go, why my mask isn't on? Why don't you mind your own business? How many of us have had that? Oh, hello. So it's great because Muruga, you can carry a veil too. I have these little ones and you can get them through Pillai Center or Ashravet. So this one is it's a 5 metal veil, and it has been energized over the years in different services that were offered through Pillai Center Ashravet. And it's small enough to go in your hand, so you can hold it in your hand, you can put it in your pocket, and you'll be protected. You can put it in your car, and you'll be protected from accidents. So all of a sudden, you're such a good driver, and all of a sudden, ding, someone comes at the side of you or the back of you, rear ends you, or you slam into somebody. So that's what happens out of nowhere. But when you put the veil, you have it with you all the time. It's going to get rid of that kind of energy that's going to be coming at you. So you may think these little sacred tools, as Dr. Pillai coins the term, you may think this is not a big deal. This is Muruga. So we have to have something in the physical world so we can grasp it. We can hold on to it. We know we have it. It's like a talisman or a touchstone. And it's got the energy of it. So you can just have it with you. Some people like to pierce it like I just did. And when you do that action of piercing a lemon or a lime with the veil, you've actually asked Lord Muruga to come in and take away all that energy in your subtle body that is aligned, all your chakras and your third eye. It's knocked you off, and it has gotten into this veil. And then you can stick the veil inside of the lemon or lime, and then you can just leave it. I'll leave it here for the call. You can leave it overnight. I wouldn't leave it any longer than that. And then just take it out, rinse it off, and throw it away. So that becomes a surrogate technology. Instead of you taking on that energy, that negativity, you will feel it as you're jabbing it in. I do every call. I jab it into the lemon or the lime. Oh my goodness. It's like, oh, I didn't even know that negativity was around me. So this is a really great practice to do every day of your life. So you just can get lots of veils. I have lots of them. I have them in pockets when I go for walks with my puppy to make sure that my puppy doesn't get run over or something happens. So there's a veil in the pockets. There's a veil in the jackets. There's a veil in the purse. You can put a veil in your wallet. I have a small gold one in my wallet, and I'm telling you, try this out, you guys. I put a veil in my wallet because Dr. Pillai said many, many years ago when I first started studying with him, stick a veil in your wallet. Because I said, I don't know how I'm going to pay off all these student loans. I went to school for 10 years, post-secondary school. So after high school, went on and did 3 degrees, and it was so much money here in Canada to pay for the tuition. How was I ever going to pay that back? And work and live and survive and so on. So the veil went into my wallet, and that energy attracted opportunities to me. It would make me to not pull out that credit card. You know how when you're feeling upset and you go and do your emotional shopping, oh, maybe not so much in COVID. Oh, maybe, yeah, in COVID, because you can do it online. But way back then, it was going in, and normally I'd be like, oh, I just need, something. And then the credit cards would get jacked up. And it's like, how could I be so academically smart to get through all this schooling? And yet I can't get a hold of myself with the credit card debts. So that really helped to start to find ways in which I was paying it. And then I had that intelligence actually to say, hey, how am I going to pay this off fast? So I got on a plan, and then it was just being paid off. And it was amazing because it was not a stress anymore. It was getting done. And yet the spending consciousness had gone way down, that emotional spending. So it can be, even some people are addicted. They don't even take the tags off the clothes or the whatever they bought, and it's in the closet somewhere. And they just have it just because they want to get that kind of dopamine rush. So it can be an addiction. So try it out. Put that veil inside of your your wallet or your purse, and then take it out every day and thank it for protecting you. Maybe you're traveling and because we always have our wallet with us, or if it's in your purse or you even in your car, put it in your car will prevent accidents from happening. Actually, people put lemons with the veil inside or limes with the veil inside the car. At the end of the day, they take it out, thank it, throw it right into the waste bin, and then go and wash the veil with some water, or you can put milk or juice on it. And then you can say the name of Muruga. Muruga is the mantra to also activate the veil. So, God of the third eye, wisdom, that ability to get rid of enemies, diseases, debts, litigation, credit card debts, relationship debts, issues that you don't have enough tissues for because you're crying so much about these things, the conflict, the poor me, why me, the victim consciousness. It gets destroyed and you feel this energy. And then this energy comes, and then people around you go, wow, they start to shift, and you're not having to say a word. So having this veil, some people like myself, sometimes I just feel really off and I don't want to go to sleep without my veil. And I will take it into my bed with me, and I'll either put it on the bedside table or I will stick it right inside the pillowcase. And then it's contained. So it makes you to feel this energy of protection, and also it's a great healer. So people who have depression or they have anger issues on steroids. So rage. How many people on the spiritual path have said to me over Navaratri, I can't believe how much rage and anger I had. So that's what the goddesses did for those 9 nights. It dug deep down inside of us. Is it your rage? I don't know. Is it somebody else's rage? Maybe. Is it the rage of the world? We're all upset that we can't get back to our everyday life without masks and all the rest. We want to just go be free again. And who knows if we will be. But maybe, just maybe, if we call on Lord Muruga and we do it in the name of Dr. Pillai, which we will, and that's why we come together, is to do something that's beyond our own individual crankiness and complaining. We want to, okay, fine, we want help, we're getting it, but we also want to live a purposeful life. We want to get to that point where we can do something that's higher than ourselves or expanded. And that's what we're here. We're a global community. So we've already done that by showing up. So congratulate yourself. Muruga brought you here to experience his grace and blessings. And then we never know when we come together and we do a practice and we honor this divine being, he rushes in, and you will feel his energy, and you will feel that shift in your consciousness, and you will feel like all that rage or anger is leaving you because it's an energy. It's part of being human. We all are here to experience love and joy and happiness, and also the exact opposite, hate, sadness, rage. Yikes. But that's what it is to be human. And we wanted to experience that. But do we indulge? Mm-mm. So either way, you can be, way off the charts, and you can't even have the feet on the ground, and you're so joyful and you're so spaced out that you get into trouble. And then you go, why me? I'm such a good person, or I'm so spiritual. And yet you can't get a job. You can't keep a roof over your head. You have troubles with relationships, and it's always somebody else's fault. Those hard truths. Oh, yikes, that hurts. However, once you see the truth, then what happens? It sets you free. So we can't escape the karma, but we can look at it and look it straight in the eyes and say, Muruga, you better do it because I'm not capable. And then you'll feel that energy and you'll feel that intelligence. Now, where does he get the energy and intelligence? From his mom. So he's going off to fight some demon forces, according to the mythology. So the story, it's not actually mythology, it's for real, it's eternal. But it gets like a storytelling, that it is, oh, is it real or is it not? So let's not get into that. But what happens is because you're a human being, you will relate to it. You will relate to it in your life, even. So you're fighting the battles in your life and you're trying to get the energy to keep doing it day after day, day in, day out, and not feel like you're the hamster on the wheel and you just become like zombie, robot. So, or Walking Dead or whatever those shows are. Like crash, kill, destroy. You are actually, you want to be, that is, you're bumping up against it all the time. Oh my God, day in, day out. And how, what's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen the week, the month, the year? What's going to happen next year, the decade? All of a sudden life goes by and you haven't really lived a purposeful life. I didn't live a purposeful life. You can live a purposeful life. You are here living. That is purposeful. And then as you go along and you take your steps, you feel more empowered. So that's what Muruga does. He makes you to see and feel the beauty and the joy and the empowerment inside of you, the will to go and do the things that you want to do in your life, even if it seems like a huge impossibility. Hello. So the veil will really help you to enliven your chakras. Now, Dr. Pillai is blessing us. So there's a webinar. Oh, this is going to be a webinar actually with the Pillai Center team. So the secrets of the 6 chakras with Priest Prem Raja. He is going to be telling us about the 6 chakras on the 24th of October at 11 a.m. Pacific time, which is 6 p.m. UTC. And I think that Radha has posted on the chat here that link. Then the group chanting is going to be 8 days of preparing, chanting with one of the Pillai Center teachers, including myself, and Radha will be there, I'm sure, as well. And a few other teachers who they don't know yet, but they're going to be signing up for it and they're going to be running for it. Everybody loves Muruga. So that's going to be starting on October 26th, and it's going to go to November 2nd, and it'll be at 6:30 p.m. every night from October 26th onwards, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. It's going to be changing over into standard time, but it's going to stay at that 6:30 p.m. time slot. So it'll stay the same here in the West, the time slot. It may change wherever you are in the world. So we'll keep you posted on that. So, and then finally, there's a webinar, Prepare for Skanda Shasti, is going to be with Pillai Center team live on October 31st. Ooh, happy Halloween. And that'll be at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight time. So these events are going to prepare everyone to align with this cosmic event that is going on. It's a battle. So the battle of the cosmos is waking up that battle inside of us to get rid of enemies, diseases, debts, rivals, competitors. I can't break through the goals that I set. I'm always being stopped. And it's not obstacles anymore. It's something inside of me that says I'm not good enough, or people aren't recognizing me, or I don't have enough courage, or I don't have enough willpower, or I just don't care. And you become lethargic, or you procrastinate. That's a good one, isn't it? I don't procrastinate. Oh, how come you haven't manifested what you want to manifest? Well, it's somebody else's fault, or I'm just a victim of the circumstances. We're so tired of that story. So he helps you to come out of that sick and tired of being sick and tired cycle. And then he also helps you with diseases, anything that disturbs your thinking. Maybe you feel like you're confused or you're foggy. How many people have felt like brain fog lately? I can't remember where I put my keys, or I can't remember, did I turn the stove off? Or It's just like, wow, am I early onset dementia or something? And it feels like you're gapped out. So it can be that you're just not aligned with your energy. So we run around being busy, keeping busy, thinking we're doing stuff, but we're wasting our energy, our life force, our prana. So he will also focusing on the veil, focusing on the chakras. He will also help to bring that awareness and that attention and that wisdom to know, hey, that's not a good idea. Why don't you do this? So practical wisdom, not philosophical wisdom. It's put it into practice. So being on the path with Dr. Pillai, he keeps us in that 200% life where you are thinking about your spiritual practices, you're doing your spiritual practices, you're speaking your spiritual practices, whether that's a mantra or an affirmation, or I got to make sure that I do my spiritual practice. You put it into your everyday life. So that's the 100%. You focus, you do something. So honoring Lord Muruga, just grab a lemon or a lime. If you don't have a veil, you can still grab a lemon or a lime, and you can imagine the veil, the energy inside of you going into the veil, into the lemon or lime, and you can roll it even on the chakras, and then you can cut it. You can cut it with a knife and throw it away. And you could have an image. You can download an image of the veil. Pinterest has great images, or do Google search. Or there might be some veils that Ashravet or Pillai Center have in the Pillai Center Academy courses. There's a bunch of Muruga courses. So Warrior Muruga, Murugas of the Six Chakras. There's so many courses in there that if you're interested in getting a jump on it and you want to get initiated into Lord Muruga teachings by Dr. Pillai, then you can go and visit those courses. So there's going to be a big event coming up, the 6 nights of Lord Muruga, where he battles the forces, helps you to battle the forces. So he will awaken the chakras, awaken your third eye, and align you. So you're not going here and there and wishy-washy. You're totally straight on. And then whatever is coming at you, you might be shaken, but you won't be stirred. So you'll be like, you're not going to trigger me. You're not worth the battle. So Lord Muruga teaches us about the battles in life, where you think, oh, well, I'm right and they're just not right. It doesn't matter anymore. Or they are saying, well, why are you doing this? And you just allow that to kind of diffuse a little bit. Maybe it'll just go away, or you will come back and have a meeting with that person, and it will be a whole different story. Because what have you done in the meantime is you take this with you, you imagine all that energy around the situation, no judgment, because we all have our karmas and we all have our scary moments where we're just like, ooh, who was I back then? So it's not about, poking the other person and saying, why are you like that? Because you might as well turn that finger around and point it at yourself. Because whatever we see in our lives, it's reflected from within. That's the karma. That's the weird thing about karma. It's in our soul. And we're like, why do I keep seeing this situation? Because that's the thing that you want to erase. So what's going to erase it is this veil, which has the energy, the intelligence of omniscience, so all-knowing, omnipotence, it's all powerful, and omnipresence. It can tap into anyone's soul and say, are we done? Let's not have an ego fight. Let's not have the karmic cesspool that we keep spinning around. And let's bring God consciousness into this. So what is God consciousness? It's being aligned with the divine. So you are like this lightning rod. And that's in fact what Dr. Pillai says. It's like millions of suns, light and energy. So if we have one sun and we can barely, look into the light. When we stare into the sun, we can burn our eyes out. We can go blind. So, or you stay out in the sun too long, your skin will burn. So it's a powerful being inside of us, this soul consciousness. And that's why we need the divine beings to say, okay, just activate it a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. And then you integrate that energy. So you're going to be battling all those dark forces. So during the meditation that we're going to do today, you may feel like there's yucky stuff coming up and you feel like, oh God, when am I going to ever get rid of this? Or you start to do the blame game and you just want to crush that. You want to just destroy it, but you don't want to use any energy and you don't want to battle it that way. So that it will keep it going. Then the conflict will keep going, or the competitors or the rivals will keep going. And why do you think about people? Why do those thoughts about some people come to you? Because they're thinking about you or you're thinking about them. So are you calling them up and saying, hey, why stop thinking about me? No, it's just that it's there. So you want to crush it or diffuse it or spirit or whatever, but you're not doing it. You're calling on Lord Muruga, and Lord Muruga is going to do what he's going to do in that subtle realm to just cut to the chase and crush it or cut it or spear it, lance it. And some people may experience that happening as they're going through the meditation process. Some might have tears coming up, some release, some cathartic release, some memories of the past where you just can't, oh man, I thought it was over that. So it's still in us, in our body, our mind, our soul, in our DNA. Maybe you're experiencing the generational energies of like things like that get passed through the generations, and you think, why is there so much divorce in my families, in my generations? Why are there bickering and fighting? Why is it there's disease? Why is there money problems? Why are people suing each other? Lawsuits. Or why do they go through lawsuits? Maybe it's not they're suing the families, but other people are suing them. So that's Muruga. He will destroy that karma and that Maya, the illusion that you can't do anything about it. And then your ego that says, I'm trying and I just can't. I'm a victim to the circumstance. I inherited it. He'll just say, hey, well, maybe you want to check inside of yourself and call on your soul's intelligence. Hello, we're a little piece of God. So God can do everything. As Dr. Pillai says, you surrender to this spiritual tool or this technology, and it's the high tech, it's the highest intelligence. Just like you pick up your smartphone and you send a text. You don't have to write a letter and snail mail it and hope it gets there someday. So we are advanced in our technology, our science and technology, and yet our intel that's inside of us needs to get awakened. So this is the golden age. This is the golden opportunity, and you've all answered the call, and here we are. So let's get into now a state of receptivity where we can actually feel the energy of Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings waking up Muruga and the veil inside of you, inside of each and every one of us. And then collectively, we're going to experience in our chakras, these psycho-spiritual centers, perhaps like a breathing. So it's not going to be the air that you breathe. You're going to feel this expansion and contraction and expansion and contraction and expansion. So, and then eventually you just don't even feel anything. You're just the veil. So with that, let's get into it. We're also going to do an offering where we're going to offer, it's called a puja or an elementalization. So we're going to offer Lord Muruga, these images of Lord Muruga. I'll walk you through it. And we're going to offer this something that represents the earth element. And that also is inside of us in our lower chakra from about the waist down into the feet, the soles of the feet. And so we're going to feel the energy of the earth. And then we're going to offer, so we'll offer some food from the earth. Then we're going to offer some water that represents the water element. And we're going to focus on our navel center and imagine it being cleansed, all the toxins leaving us. That's the creativity center. That's where the Kundalini energy can be really felt. And we get that fire in our belly, and we have to cool it or cleanse it. And then as we come up, so we're going to offer the water, and then we'll offer the fire in the hearts. Our fire, we get fired up, the fire in our belly, and then it gets to our heart, and our heart's desires get fired up. We get passionate about it. We take action. We love it. We want to do it. And so then you can also feel the fiery energy down your arms and hands and fingers. And that's really what we do every day, is we use our hands and our arms every day with everything that we do. So it makes sense that you're going to focus on the fire and feel the energy of your heart's desires being fulfilled. And then you stepping into those, taking action towards manifesting that and meeting your goals of the day or whatever it is. So it's putting into practice this energy, this intelligence that's already there. We just need the teaching. We need the instruction. We need the passcodes. And Muruga is going to do that with the veil. So going up, that's what we'll offer some fire element, which is going to be the ghee lamp, which is clarified butter for those people who don't know. It's also cow's butter, clarified butter. It's not the veggie. So you could also offer a candle. That's fine too. Candlelight. So then we get into the air element. That is, well, we breathe in so you focus on the throat, the nostrils, the mouth. So you're taking in whatever energy you've taken in. Maybe you didn't breathe it in, or you weren't conscious of, oh, now I'm taking in all anger and frustration of someone who just talked to me. Or I spoke to somebody. I got triggered and went, blah, and, just vomited in the space. Maybe literally, or it can be just a barrage of really negative talk, gossip. How do you stop it? Well, the veil will stop the energy around it. The words will go, but there won't be energy. The energy will be diffused. It won't have any energy to land on that person, or boomerang back 1,000 times worse. And then you go, oh. So we can't, it's like a loop we get into. So we want to clear all that. Even the things that you take in, maybe you're taking in too much junk food or too much food anyways to comfort you, and you just can't ever feel satisfied. Or you don't take in any food and you feel like you're just like a flake. You have no energy. So it can be things that you take in through food or drink or smoking, or taking in alcohol or smoking marijuana or whatever it is, and it's something that's just not helping you to be clear. Maybe it's cool, you're taking it and you're good with it, that's fine, but we don't want to be swinging to either extreme. So he will cleanse that from us. And the karma is in the throat. Why is it? Because it comes up here and all of a sudden we go yes, no, right, wrong. So that's why it gets stored here. And then the weight of the karma, because it can't expand, so it goes onto the shoulder. So you feel like you're shouldering so many responsibilities. And so then we will offer the incense to clear all that. You've heard of smudging in different cultures, different traditions. Everybody has incense in their traditions, and it cleanses the space, the spiritual space. So then we'll offer something that represents the ether or the Akashic records. What was I thinking when I wanted to do that? So you can erase it if it's not helping you. And you can also grab those thoughts, prosperity thoughts, abundance thoughts, joy, happiness, beauty. That's Muruga, beauty and energy and power and feeling like I can do everything. So the goddess gave him he has this veil, and the goddess, his mom, Shakti, gave him the energy. So she energized the veil. So we can feel like, hey, I can do everything, but then we don't have the energy to sustain it, to fight all the battles of everyday life. And where does it begin? Inside. So the ether element is going to be when we focus on like the eyes, the brain, the third eye, and that connects us to the Ethernet or the internet, if you will, the divine internet. So we want to get aligned with the divine Wi-Fi connection to Lord Muruga and to the divine beings who are going to help us to stabilize that energy inside of our brain so that we can capture this divinity, this intelligence, omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence that's always there, but we've got to align with it and log on to it and keep staying focused. So we can't think, oh, what is a passcode all the time? And you're typing in What's the IP address? No, it's just boom, you're there. So we're going to offer the flowers. The flowers represent the ether, the akash, the space. So when you give someone flowers, you don't even have to say anything. But what happens? They're surprised and they're happy, and you get flowers, and you go, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Thank you. So that's the intelligence, the beauty of flowers. It's there's a saying, why are there flowers on the earth plane? It's because that's the earth laughing is through the flowers. It brings joy. So that's the energy of Mother Nature. So when we give the flowers to the divine beings and these images here, we're going to activate them, and then the spiritual transmission will come and you will grab onto it. That's why you're here. Why else? You're going to get some knowledge, but you want to feel the energy, the intelligence, the wisdom that's beyond words. And it's beyond energy, even. It's beyond intelligence. It's brand new. So wisdom is brand new. It's eternal. It's like OMG in that aha moment, and everything happens, and it's a miracle. So Lord Muruga is the miracle maker as well. So now we're all set up for what we're going to do. Let's do it. So I'll be going off to the side, and you can be, if you've got your own statue or image or picture or veil of Lord Muruga, or you've got yantra, which is a landing pad. I'm going to point all that stuff out to you. So if you've got that at home and you want to join, you can, at least if you don't have anything, you've got water, just bring a glass of water, and then you can just, take a little bit, sprinkle it, or just put the glass in front, and the divine will come. You'll feel the energy. So let's move it off to the. I'm going to go off to the side, and let's get up close and personal here. So hopefully you can see that okay. So what we have here, we have an image of Dr. Pillai in the background here. We have an image of Lord Muruga here. And what he has is the veil. And he also has the victory flag. And on his victory flag is the rooster. So when you go to a Hindu temple, or you go to a place, maybe it's an ashram, or you're just surfing the internet and you see this image and you go, hey, who is that with the peacock here, with the spear, and with the rooster and the flag? This is the victory flag. So this is what will give you the clue that that's Lord Muruga. So you can read about him, and we've talked lots about him. And if you join the Pillai Center Academy courses, you can find out even more about him through the mythology or the stories of Lord Muruga. So this is a Tamil Om here in the background, and it's got the veil in the middle of it. This is, of course, this is Ganesha, his brother. So he's always, he removes the obstacles for his brother to then help to fight the battles. And then we have this image. This is a six-headed Lord Muruga. And he also has a veil, and he's got the flag, the victory flag with the rooster. And then he's got 6 arms with all these weapons. So he is ready to battle. And so what's the number 6 is related. You might start seeing the number 6. And 6 represents the 6 chakras, the 6 battlefields inside of you. And then we have this image here. This is kind of interesting. And you can maybe consider purchasing this at Pillai Center or Astrovet. I'm not sure if you can see it. Is that too much light? Oh, there. So this is called the protection yantra. And this is a big one here. So it's got the different images. You can see the peacock and the rooster here, and then the image of the veil. So this is the downward facing triangle. So this is sacred geometry, the landing pad, the protector for negativity. And then it's interfaced with an upward facing triangle with the trident of Lord Shiva, the Gadha of Lord Vishnu, or Hanuman, he has the Gada, and then the discus of Lord Vishnu. So these are the images. Muruga's got all three images there. So he is like really bringing a lot of energy and empowerment into the space. And then there's a meditation that you can do to protect your body, mind, and soul. And we'll just put it right there. We've got Dr. Pillai in this peacock. I love this frame of this picture here. I'm not sure if you can see it. There's Dr. Pillai in the peacock. And then here's another image of the veil. And this veil has the red coral. Is so if you're interested in finding out, your astrology, maybe you can get an astrology consultation, a Vedic astrology consultation. And if you have a Mars energy that's causing conflict, because Mars is the planet of conflict and war and fighting and so on, maybe you want to end that battle. So red coral might be something that the Vedic astrologer might prescribe for you to just balance you out for a bit. So, or you might be attracted to red coral for some reason, and then you find out, oh, Lord Muruga is helping me. Here's another little yantra. Oh, I have all these yantras over the years. So this has the Om in it, the Tamil Om, with the star. It looks like the Star of David. Imagine that, right? Across the cultures, across the traditions, they all use sacred geometry. So they know, because it's the divine technology, it's spiritual technology, it's high tech. So those are the images that we are going to, be playing with energetically. And I mean, playing in a way that allow it to reveal something to you. Don't think, oh, I know what this is all about. Even for me, I don't know what's going to happen until we actually get into the practice. And even in my own practice every day of pouring the water, the milk, the juice on the veil, I don't know what it's taken away until I actually do the technique. And then I feel, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that was there, or I'm thinking those thoughts. So that's why we want to do the practice of honoring Lord Muruga, especially at this time, so then you can find out more about him. So these are the different items we're going to go through offering, and then that's going to activate your chakras. You're going to align with that energy a little bit better. And hopefully this is okay. The lighting is okay. So let's get into it now. We'll begin by focusing on your lower chakra. You can keep your eyes open or you can close your eyes. I'm going to dim the lights here, actually. And then that will help us to get into a little bit of a meditative state where we're not going to be distracted by things that are going on in the space. So just for a few minutes, focus your attention on the base of the spine and also down the legs into your feet, into the bottoms of your feet, the soles of your feet. Pour your attentional energy continually down the legs. Maybe add a red, orange light or orangish, reddish light. And if you don't know what that looks like, you can imagine it. We've got some pumpkins are orange here. We got red flowers are orange. That's the color of Muruga too. He's red. You might be attracted to red. Wearing red, or you see red. So we'll call on Ganesha to activate all that energy to help us to feel grounded in our practice today, to remove the obstacles. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Now, imagine Dr. Pillai appearing before you in a form you're familiar with, or a vast light. You move your attentional energy or your subtle body energy towards that light, and that light is coming towards you. You're releasing anything that is no longer serving you. You're giving it all up. Enemies, diseases, debts, litigation. You don't know the way out. You're stuck in this loop. Poverty consciousness, scarcity consciousness, not good enough, in debt everywhere. You'll just exchange that storyline, although it's very real. Just leave it in the light and then absorb like a human sponge. Sponge up the light, the intelligence, the vibration, the spiritual energy, the wisdom of Dr. Pillai, enlivening your soul, preparing you to receive Lord Muruga's grace and blessings today. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Now put your attentional energy on your backbone. Imagine a ray of light shooting up your backbone, enlivening the chakras all the way up. Even this light pierces the top of your skull and goes into the space. It's like sending out a signal to all the divine beings, to Lord Muruga, to enliven your chakras, enliven the veil inside of your subtle body. Focus your attention on the base of the spine and also down the legs. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest. Move up to the throat. Ma, ma, ma. Move up to the middle of your brain, the third eye. Float back down to the base of your spine and your legs all the way down into your feet. Connect with the earth element. Na, na, na. Move up to the navel center, the belly. Connect with the water element. Ma, ma, ma. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest, also down the arms and hands and fingers. Set them on fire. She, move up to the throat, the mouth, the nostrils. Connect with the air element or the prana, the life force energy. Va, va, va. Move up to the two eyes. Keep the eyeballs steady, still. Focus your attention on your brain and your eyes. Connect with the ether, the akash, or space. Ya, ya, ya. Now, put your attention on your backbone in your physical body, as well as the energy. Imagine the veil, the shaft of the veil as your backbone. Feel its strength. Feel your attentional energy aligning your chakras that are stacked up on top of one another in the shaft or the handle of the veil, the spear, the lance of Lord Muruga. Feel the heat, feel the strength, feel the stillness. The head of the veil is your brain, your third eye. The tip of the veil pierces the top of the skull. The energy of the veil sends a message to Lord Muruga. Aum, aum. The veil is Om. Om is the veil. Omniscience, omnipotence, omnipresence. It's your soul. Aum, aum. Feel the handle of the veil, the head of the veil, as your backbone and brain. Aum, aum. Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Feel the veil. Merge with the veil as your backbone and brain. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. Feel the heat, the tingling, the expansion of the veil, diffusing anything that is no longer serving you. Feel your chakras breathing in and out, soaking up all the grace, the blessings, the intelligence, prosperity, abundance, joy, happiness. Om Saum Saravana Bhavaya Namaha. 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 Om Vetrivel. Om Vetrivel. Om Vetrivel. Om Vetrivel. Om Vetrivel. Om Vetrivel. Keep merging with the veil as your backbone and brain. Your body consciousness disappears. You are the veil, bright like millions of suns, light, intelligence, energy, power. Om Murugaya Namaha. Om Murugaya Namaha. Om Murugaya Namaha. Feel the veil as your backbone and brain. Om Murugaya Namaha. Om Murugaya Namaha. Om Murugaya Namaha. Feel your heart pounding in your chest with the energy of Lord Muruga empowering you with courage, strength, the ability to come out of your karmic debts, to connect with the wisdom of your soul, your body, your mind. Om Murugaya Namaha. You can chant out loud so you can hear your own voice vibrating in your throat, in your mouth, in your body, in your veil. Om Murugaya Namaha. Pause and feel the veil. Feel Muruga's energy in the veil inside of you. Om Murugaya Namaha. Pause. Feel. And again. Om Murugaya Namaha. Om Murugaya Namaha. One more time. Om Murugaya Namaha. Feel the heat, the light, the intelligence. Move into your third eye and imagine the veil getting smaller and smaller, moving from your backbone. It becomes a flame in your third eye, and the veil is in the flame. It's so brilliant, it's fiery. And you see the veil, you feel the veil, imagine the veil in your third eye, in the middle of your brain. And again, out loud, feel the vibration of your voice activating the veil inside of your third eye. Om Murugaya Namaha. Om Murugaya Namaha. Om Murugaya Namaha. Pause. Feel the veil in your third eye, middle of your brain. And again, out loud. Om Murugaya Namaha. Om Murugaya Namaha. Om Murugaya Namaha. Be still. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul. Peace to the veil inside of you. Peace to the world. Peace to the universe. Peace, peace, peace. And just let go of the meditation. Take notice of what you're feeling now that you've activated the veil inside of you. Take notice of the quality or quantity of your thoughts. Take notice of the chakra or chakras that are sending you some kind of thoughts or some kind of feeling, sensation. Just note it. And slowly, slowly come back. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So we'll conclude this session honoring Lord Muruga now that you're prepared to merge with these images. Keep your attentional energy on the veil as your backbone and brain. And we'll begin by offering to Lord Ganesha, Dr. Pillai, and then to Lord Muruga with the different items that represent the 5 elements. And then you can focus your attention on those body parts as well. So the lower chakras and the feet and legs connect with the earth element. We'll offer the food. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Om Gam Om Gam Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Murugaya Namaha. Om Murugaya Namaha. Om Murugaya Namaha. Focus your attention on the belly, the navel chakra. We'll offer the water and imagine it cleansing. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam. Om Gam. Om Gam. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Move up to the heart center, middle of the chest, also down the arms and hands. We'll offer the ghee, the fire. Feel the fire. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam. Om Gam. Om Gam. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Murugaya Namaha. Om Murugaya Namaha. Om Murugaya Namaha. Now move up to your throat, your mouth, your nostrils. We'll cleanse it with the incense, connecting to the air element, the subtle air, the prana, the life force energy. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam. Om Gam. Om Gam. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. And finally, we'll move up to the third eye, the brain, and connect with the Akash, erasing that which is no longer serving you and grabbing onto thoughts that are going to help you to manifest beauty, joy, happiness. Whatever it is, the battle is over. Lord Muruga is taking care, so you just can get the benefits. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam. Om Gam. Om Gam. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Murugaya 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 Namaha. We'll close this out, offering the camphor. Om Saum Saravanaya Namaha. Om Vitrive Subramanyaya Namaha. Om Vail. Om Vail. Om Vail. Om Murugaya Namaha. 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 You can reach out and take the light with your hands and bring it towards you. Maybe you put it in your eyes and your nostrils, your ears, your mouth, all around you. Om Ram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Vail, Vail, Vail. Make your final prayer to yourself for answering the call. Lord Muruga. From Dr. Pillai, Ganesha, all the divine beings. And slowly, slowly come back to yourselves. You can pray for the world as you wish, whatever you'd like the world to look like for you. So that's it for our PowerTime practice today. We certainly made up for lost time together. So thanks everyone for joining. Please do check out the chat. Go to Pillai Center and check out the link that was posted to the chat that'll tell you when you can join the free community chanting calls starting on October 26th, going through to November 2nd. Every night, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. And we will be also having webinars, 2 webinars, one with Priest Premaraja, who's going to talk about the chakras and Lord Muruga and how he's related to the chakras, the 6 chakras, the battle stations, if you will, that help us to align with the divine and release anything that is no longer serving us. And then there will be, and that's on the 24th, and then there'll be another one. I think it's going to be, where is it now? I'm in a different state. The 31st, Halloween, the time of the ghouls. And that's when Lord Muruga is going to be really battling for us to give us that grace, the beauty. Remember, Muruga means beauty. So if you can get an image of the veil, maybe download it. You could print it off and then laminate it and have a small one or a big one. And then at least you can spritz some water on it or put some water drops on it just to begin with. Or if you have your veils, pull them out of wherever they are, dust them off and get using it every day. Dr. Pillai says, if you pour water, juice, or milk every day, you're getting rid of your karma every day. So you're getting rid of the negative congested energies that result in competitors, rivals, enemies, diseases, debts, litigation, any kind of credit card debts or beyond karmic debts that you're just like, whoa, where did that come from? So that's what Muruga will do. It will make sure that that doesn't stick to you. Even if it is supposed to be your karma, payback, and all the rest, you can diffuse it with his grace and blessings, and then maybe explore Apply Center Academy, get initiated into the teachings by Dr. Pillai and those teachings in those courses on Lord Muruga. And empower yourselves. He is wonderful. And he's youthful. You will always feel youthful and useful. So that's a mouthful. So he will protect you, and then he will also guide you. He will give you wisdom. He will keep you healthy and happy and wealthy and wise. So God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining. And I'm just going to check out the chat and see what everybody's saying here. Thanks so much, Radha. If you have to go, thank you so much for being here. Also, Yagna, who does the write-ups, and Chandra, who sends out the emails. It's really great that we're back on track here. So there's lots of sharing from people posting. Thank you so much. Beautiful ceremony. Great session. Om Muruga Namaha. Om Vetrivel. Thank you, Lord Muruga. Babaji Sitrita. Yeah, that's great. And it is Babaji. It is Dr. Pillai. For those people who are new, we cannot do anything without the empowerment, the grace, the blessings coming from Dr. Pillai, because he's clearing the path for us on the spiritual, in the spiritual world. How do we know? We are blind to it. So he's asked us to do our best, to be sincere, to be open in our body, our mind, our soul, our hearts, and to be balanced in life. So you want to go into your life 100%, and then your material pursuits, have your goals, set your goals. Ask Lord Muruga to give you the grace and the blessings, the strength to get rid of, for example, say, get rid of my credit card debt this year. So on your birthday and all the way through that birth of your consciousness for the 6 nights of Lord Muruga, that I want to experience no credit card debt in this year. And you will be amazed. You have to stake it, though. You have to stake your claim. You have to state your claim and take a stake. Take a stance and use your veil and stick it in the ground and say, this is what I'm going to do every day. And then if you carry it with you, you put it in your wallet instead of pictures of your loved ones, you can have the veil there as well, just reminding you to call on Lord Muruga. And how you do, you can just simply say Om and light up your backbone and brain, or you can hold on to the veil and feel the power coming from that little object in your hand. And then it activates your backbone and brain. The veil there. So it's always there. You've just got to remember to activate it, turn it on. So someone is saying here, feeling connected. Absolutely. Glory to Babaji. Fabulous. Thank you with all of my heart. Beautiful, exceptionally exquisite ceremony invoking Muruga. Thank you, Dr. Pillai. Hello, Melba. Hi, how are you? That's great. Laura is saying here, you can, she's responding to someone. Okay, that's great. I love these chats because people are helping one another out. Those people who've been around for a while. Angela's saying, thank you so much for your ever beautiful energy and shares. That's what we're here to do, is keep you steady, especially when we got kind of kicked around a bit from Lord Ganesha's birthday, then into Mahalaya, then the 9 nights of the goddess. Like, whoa, how do we get back on track? So Lord Muruga knows he's next in line, and he's going to help you to stay aligned. So this veil is going to keep your energy from going all over the place and keep it up. So it's in your third eye. He's the God of the third eye. So when you imagine that veil inside of your third eye, I'd love to hear from you. You can send your experiences to sutrita@plycenter.com or office@plycenter.com and let us know what your experience was or is, having used the teachings with Dr. Pillai and also starting to merge with the consciousness, or being more conscious of the consciousness inside of you, the veil inside of you, inside of your energy body, inside of your soul. So, what else is going on here? Great session, fabulous. Thank you. Samuel is saying, I am praying for a successful extermination of bad bugs from my house. There you go. There's a karma, right? My first heat treatment was unsuccessful, and I'm hoping the second one will get rid of the bugs forever. So what's bugging you? Ask Dr. Pillai to show you how to do it, and there will be a way out, and Lord Muruga will give you that strength and that persistence and patience as well too, so you don't get freaked out about it. But it could be, when things like that happen, I always say, wow, the karma could be worse, right? So something is bugging you. Just take it for that and explore what's really bugging me. Why are bugs showing up? So there might be something that's ticking you off, and maybe you have ticks. My puppy just had a tick removed, and I was like, oh my goodness, something is ticking us, you know? So what is ticking us off, or what is trying to suck the life force out and was right in her the throat? So maybe she was taking the karma. So I always invite people, this is a spiritual community. So it may seem strange to have this kind of conversation or discussion in everyday life. But this is where you get to explore. So look deeper into, when things happen to you, there's signs or there's signposts from the spiritual realm, if you will, or divine, if you will, and perhaps Muruga. And then you say, okay, I can't do it, but you've got to do it and protect me from these forces that are sneaky, and they're going to suck the life out of me, or I'm going to get ticked off. So that's what happened to me today. And then I was the person, the groomer just said, oh my God, you know, it could be Lyme's disease. I said, no, we're not having that conscious. I didn't say that to her. I just said, okay, thank you so much. Give me my puppy back. And I am praying, and I was going with them. I have my veil with me. I said, no way, this karma is not going to happen. So I have to leave it in Lord Muruga's hands, and then take care, of course, go get the checkup with the vet. But we're not going to that doomsday, you know, that doom and gloom. So that's when people indulge in the what if, instead of saying, this is not happening. This is another situation in life where all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's there. And interestingly enough, it was right in the puppy's throat area. It wasn't on the back of the neck where they usually find ticks if the tick jumps on. So it's like, oh, okay. So karma is being removed. Karma is being played out here. And I've got to pay attention. So not only to my puppy, but also in my life, where are these poisonous attacks coming? So please, you know, explore that part of your spiritual journey. Things aren't just happening out of nowhere. There's always a reason. And it's for you to explore. That's just my story. So, and then I'm diffusing it. I diffuse it with the veil. Not that I have to struggle and cry and dish out tons of dough to go and get the tests and everything. No way. I don't even want to do that. So I'll monitor, and then we will progress accordingly, without fear, without anger, without frustration, and hand it over to the divine. And there will be a miracle healing. Because Lord Muruga, you want a miracle healing, ask for Lord Muruga. So Katina is saying, thank you for sharing the energy, sharing the altar, the teachings, and most of all, your devotion. And that's what it is. When we're devoted to our spiritual path, we're devoted to life. So everything in our life is the spirit. It comes from the spiritual realm. It's energized. It's energy. It's empowerment. It's grace. It's beauty. It's love. But we get kind of caught up in all the muck of life, and we forget that we are these shiny beings, and our life is a shiny being. It's full of miracles. And it's not just airy fairy stuff. It's like I want a miracle. I don't want this karma to play out. And I don't want to be a victim to the circumstance. And I don't want to go into debt and have to dole out a bunch of dough, cash. Yes, I love to support my vet, but I also don't want to go and break the bank. So let's see what else people are saying here. People are speaking in a different language. That's great. Okay. So I think Radha has posted and responded to your questions. If you do have any other questions, you can send it into sutrita@pillaiCenter.com or office@pillaiCenter.com, and we'll take care of you. But please go and check out Pillai Center, and you'll see the rotating banner at the top, all about Muruga. So even if you read about it, you are asking, you're using your knowledge, you're using your intelligence, you're using your grace, and you're saying, hey, I'm going to go find out about how this being is coming into the earth plane at this time and how it's awakening or going to enliven wisdom inside of me and enliven my chakras so I feel it, I don't blink and miss it. And then if you are going to participate, fabulous. If you have any questions, our support team will definitely be able to help you out. Nungai is saying here, my body started burning up. Thank you, Lord Muruga. That's great, Nungai. That's what we want to feel. We want to feel something happening. And this is for real. So we look at our life and we say, that's our life is for real. But then there is the reality that is our truth of who we are. And we're connected to all these spiritual beings who are our guides, and their energy can wake up that veil inside of us. So Katina's saying, I see you were hit with some serious energy. Oh, okay. Not sure what that means. Well, I'll take it as good. Mel was saying, hello, I'm doing well. Thanks to Ganesha, Shri Brazil, Dr. Pillai, Muruga, and the Pillai Center teachers. Awesome. Nesha is saying, I saw him with his light friends. There were so many of them. Okay. Non-stop spiritual cabaret. Okay, that's great. Recently, someone said, you don't know your boundary. To me, I was hurt. You're right. What do I need to think about? Being with Dr. Pillai, we have no boundary, right? We can go beyond. So how do we go beyond? We have to experience it. We can't think beyond. We have to feel that. We have to merge with that. We have to have some experience, something that is true to us. It's tangible on an energetic level. So when we do that, then we go beyond it. And when you go beyond it, it means you wash it out. It's like a fresh, clean slate. It's up to you if you want to continue on the story. Once it's all washed away, then that's up to you. But if you want, you just feel that energy, it's moving through you all the time. But what we do is we grab onto the old stories. So it's not even fabulous stories. You want to go on to the next thing. So thank you so much. Nicole is saying, praying for you and your puppy. Thank you. Melba is saying, I'm too impressed and in awe at the beauty and devotion with Muruga altar tonight. That's Lord Muruga. Samuel is saying, thank you so much for the wise advice. I think the bugs were karma, and that was teaching me to have a better relationship with my home, to value myself, and with better finishings. Thank you. There it is. So we want what we want, Dr. Pillai says, but there's something inside of us we're in conflict. So that's the enemy. That's the battle. And we don't even know what that is. And we don't want to sit in, try to figure it out or analyze it too much. We just, boom, there it is. And then ask Muruga right away. So whoever has any challenges like the bed bug thing or the house bug thing, then just take the veil and pour the milk, pour the juice, pour the water, and keep doing it. Even if you do it for 5 minutes and say Muruga, 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 you don't know the mantra even, but you know the Muruga is the name. His name is him. just like your name is you. So he's coming. As soon as you say that, he's coming. And then what? You have the veil inside of you. You have the veil in the hand over the sink pouring. And then you wash the karma away. And you will feel this bioelectricity waking up inside of you and saying, okay, don't this is done now. We're done battling. And this karma is finished. I don't want anything bugging me. And I don't want bugs to show up. So Katina's saying, I was saying, I saw you were hit with a lot of energy. Oh, okay, cool. Rhythm is saying here, beautiful day. Oh, have a nice day, everyone. Okay, I'm in Spain and have to get some sleep. Thanks for the session. Great. Well, those people who are on the other side of the globe from here in Toronto, Canada, and it's early in the morning, that's Muruga waking you up and saying, use this energy wisely, because Brahma Muhurta is in the middle of the night. And it's a Muhurta is a time period where the God is there. So the God consciousness is there. It's kind of like when everyone is sleeping, then the gods are really alive. Their energy comes alive at that time. So if you wake up and you attend one of these sessions, or you do your meditations or your mantra practice or your rituals, whatever it is, it's the God saying, hey, I'm about to give you a bunch of blessings. So come and call on me, meditate on me, and then do the ritual. So you feel that connection. And then you will feel, oh, okay, I did the right thing at the right time. So that's what PowerTime practice is all about. Being in the right place at the right time, thinking, saying, and doing the right thing. And then getting the grace and blessings of Dr. Pillai is always first and foremost, because how else will you unlock these secrets of life? So God bless you all. Have an amazing rest of your day, your evening, your weekend, wherever you are. Have an amazing week ahead. We'll see you next Saturday. And then we'll also see you during the free community chanting calls, the sessions with Lord Muruga. It's on Pillai Center Practice YouTube, which is here. So subscribe, hit the bell, and tell your friends to come. And you will be doing the world a world of good. So God bless you all. Thank you so much. And thank you, Radha, again, Yagna, and also Chandra and the whole Pillai Center team. Namaste.